Okay, so on a fundamental level, do you think that women don't want to be approached by men in the day? Fundamentally, do you think women do not want to be approached by?
Not necessarily. Just gotta be done correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So done respectfully.
I think it's a lot more complimentary to be approached in the day than on Tinder, where everyone's just swiping for everyone.
Yeah.
Well, the boys are anyway.
It makes you feel like you might be something a little bit special, or you know, like he actually likes you, as opposed to he's just flicking through something,
trying everything that works. Yeah. Right, so I'm here today with
Naomi
and
Kelsey.
Hi Naomi and Kelsey. So, do you use online dating?
Yes, I have, but I'm not at the moment.
Interesting. What do you think about it?
It's okay.
Yeah.
Gets the job done.
Gets the job done. We'll interpret that as we want.
It depends what you want.
Depends what you want.
Okay, so if you're looking for a relationship, do we think online dating is good?
Sometimes.
You can find love?
Yeah, I've met some decent people.
I've met men off it that are up for a relationship.
A relationship.
Yeah.
Sorry, there was no need to
Had that little hesitation to get everybody excited. Okay.
So I think it's possible.
Yeah.
It's difficult. There's so much on offer.
Yeah. So, Newcastle,
Yeah.
have you ever been approached by a man in the daytime in Newcastle?
What do you mean?
So,
What, in a bar?
yeah, so we've been through online dating, and now we're thinking about like the other ways of dating, how things used to be before we had applications and internet. Have you ever had a guy come up to you and say hello?
No, like
Really?
being people I've worked with that I don't really know very well. That's about as far as it goes. Like there needs to be that familiarity first, otherwise they don't approach.
They're too scared.
Yeah. Yes.
I've had a few men on the street, but I do get a little bit freaked out by that.
Every time? Every time do you get freaked out by it, or is it just like depending on the guy?
There's a couple of people that have stopped randomly,
Yeah.
or you'll walk past and they'll turn around and then grab you and be like,
Grab you?
excuse me.
Yeah.
And that's just, I guess that's nothing wrong on their behalf. I don't believe they're doing anything wrong. I'm not used to it because we date online now so much that it seems alien for someone to stop you in the street and say, hi, do you want to go out?
Yeah, so do you think that's a good direction that everything's going online, or do you think it would be kind of nice to?
No, I think like the idea of meeting someone in a bar is nicer than meeting someone on Tinder.
Why do you think in a bar? Just because everyone kind of knows what's going on?
Well, it's a bit more natural, and you can actually talk to them first in person. I think you have such expectations online, whereas they do the slightest thing wrong, because you don't necessarily know them, you rule them out instantly. Whereas you just, if you got to know their personality a bit first,
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't.
So when you had an experience, when a guy came up and actually did approach you in the street, did he like run up in front of you and say hello, excuse me, like sorry, this is a bit weird, or did he actually grab you from behind?
No, but sort of like that. We walked in the opposite direction and then turned around and sort of ran back again.
Yeah.
And then was like, hello, I just walked past you. I like you.
I like you.
Basically.
That's quite nice, though.
It was quite sweet.
Yeah.
It was quite sweet. And then he walked me to where I was going, and then that was it.
That's cool. So he just kind of walked with you, just felt.
Yeah, we just had a chat. It wasn't predatory or anything.
And I assume he went for the number.
He did.
Did he get it?
He did.
But then you didn't respond to his message.
Exactly.
That's what that face is. It was the like polite number, wasn't it?
Well, it was.
Yeah. That's nice. Because I think so now 39% of relationships start online. It's now like I think twice as popular as every other method, like meeting through friends, meeting through family. So it seems like things are going that way. And at the moment, there's also a lot of talk about like the problems of men approaching women in the day, like making mistakes. Right. So what would be your advice to a guy that, let's say a guy sees you in the street and he wants to come and talk to you, but he doesn't want to offend you or make you feel uncomfortable in any way? What would you maybe say to him in order to, and then I'm going to come to you, what would you say to him in order to make him feel like he could do that safely without offending you or making you feel unsafe?
To be fair, what he did, I didn't feel unsafe. So I would say, do it. Like it wasn't. I was in the middle of London. Obviously, I didn't feel at all under pressure to talk to him or anything like that, you know.
There were people around as well?
Exactly, it was really busy, and he just walked with me and we just had a chat.
That's pretty chilled.
So it was quite nice, and if we had have clicked, then it would have been a nice way to meet someone.
Yeah.
I felt like we didn't click, but that's not the way that he, you know, that's not the way he approached me.
Yeah.
So I would say go for it. I think it is
a nice thing.
Yeah, I don't think I wouldn't be scared if someone came up to me and said something like that.
Have you ever had a bad experience? Has someone ever like offended you or actually just done something like nasty? Like guys just ever been like blatantly disrespectful or kind of...
happens from across the street.
the old cat call.
The old cat call, yeah. Or they'll like chase, run after you.
Yeah. What about leers? I've been hearing a lot about like men leering.
Kissy sound.
Oh,
as you walk
no,
past
that's disgusting.
That's disgusting.
It's like something you do with a baby or a dog, isn't it?
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Really.
So all of those things, the kissy sound, the cat call, and refusing to let. So if you say, "I'm sorry, I've really got to go," and he tries to persuade you to stay, and even a leer, even like when someone's staring at you for let's say 5 to 10 seconds, all of that is now classed as street harassment, and it's more and more becoming something that's not legal. So I guess the big complication now is like, as you said, like a guy came and talked to you and it was nice and he was polite and respectful, but then if another guy goes and he gets it wrong, like he just gets it wrong, it's kind of complicated. So I've asked you, but what would your advice be to a guy that wants to kind of maybe meet someone in a respectful way without offending you, or like
just like think carefully before you speak to that woman. Maybe don't go in with like an appearance related comment.
Okay, interesting.
That would probably catch my attention more. Maybe say something funny, but like think carefully about it. Think about what's likely to offend that woman and obviously avoid that.
So you think maybe like,
but have some confidence with it.
If I came and said, or not me, but if someone came and said, I just wanted to meet you, you looked cool. Like I saw you from across the street and I thought you looked cool, I wanted to meet you.
Yeah, that's cool.
But if I said like, I love your hair, like I think you've got like a really cool style.
Yeah, the style's cool. I wouldn't say that's an appearance thing. Again, that's something that you've chosen to represent.
But if I'm like, I love your ass, and
then I'll tell you fuck off.
And would you encourage that? Because the other thing is now for women, it's women that actually have been victims of street harassment or feel like that. What would you encourage them to say to a man that is blatantly disrespecting them or objectifying them? Like,
not laugh it off and tell them to go away because they need to learn, and they actually might not be learning if you're just like laughing in an awkward way.
Cool. So literally just tell them like, this is disrespectful.
Yeah, that's disrespectful, don't do that. And then hopefully if that happens enough, they'll learn.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
And you?
Yeah, I just think you have to make your boundaries obvious from the start.
Yeah.
And there's no point letting someone get away with something that you're not prepared to accept.
Yeah.
And it'll give them the wrong signals, and I think it makes the situation more complicated than it would do if you were just to say, please don't do that.
Yeah. Okay, so on a fundamental level, do you think that women don't want to be approached by men in the day? Fundamentally, do you think women do not want to be approached by...
Not necessarily. Just got to be done correctly.
Yeah. So done respectfully.
I think it's a lot more complimentary to be approached in the day than on Tinder, where everyone's just swiping for everyone.
Yeah.
Well, the boys are anyway.
It makes you feel like you might be something a little bit special, or you know, like he actually likes you as opposed to he's just flicking through something,
trying everything that works. I guess it's a little more confidence as well, because so few guys do have the confidence to go up and do that.
I think for like a guy to do it.
Okay, so thank you guys. So in conclusion, you'd say it's okay for a man to approach a woman she likes, but don't come in with something too overly appearance related. Personal space, boundaries, let her go if she wants to go. And for women, women should tell the guy what their boundaries are, tell him to go away.
Basically,
Cool. Yeah?
I agree,
Yeah? Done. Cool. Thank you very much, guys.
You're welcome.
That was really good. That was a really good answer. No, I really like that.
So what's your channel called?